Okay, let me share my screen. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayadmudirahe Nastapraheshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Seviya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, titled The Most Confidential Knowledge. Verse number is 14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha didhavita namasyantescha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha didhavita namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha didhavita namasyantascha mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Upasate. Anybody else would like to chant?
Sadadam kirtayando mam yadandascha dridavruda namasyandascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasade.
Okay.
Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dృఢవ్రతా namastaschantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate.
Satatam Tirtayanto Mam Yatantascha Dridhavrata Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Upasate.
Okay. Synonyms. Satatam, always. Kirtayanta. Oh, Kirtayanta.
Kirtayanta,
Chanting.
chanting.
Mam,
Mam,
about me.
about
About
me.
me.
Yatantaha,
Yatantaha
fully endeavoring.
fully endeavoring.
Cha,
Cha
Cha
also.
also
Dridavataha,
Dridavataha
with determination.
with
with
determination.
determination.
Namasyanta,
Namasyantaha
offering obeisances.
offering obeisances.
Cha,
Cha
and
and
mam,
Mam
me.
me.
Bhaktya, in devotion.
In
Devotion.
Nitya yukta,
Nitya Yukta
perpetually engaged.
perpetually engaged.
Upasate,
Upasate
worship.
worship.
worships.
Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Always chanting my glory and
Always
displaying great determination. Bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Please repeat. Always chanting my glories,
Always
chanting my glories,
endeavoring with great determination,
endeavoring
praying with great determination,
bowing down before me,
bowing
down before me.
these great souls
these great
Great
souls
souls
perpetually worship me with devotion.
perpetually worship with devotion.
Purport. The Mahatma cannot be manufactured by rubber stamping an ordinary man. His symptoms are described here. A Mahatma is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. He has no other business. He is always engaged in the glorification of the Lord. In other words, he is not an impersonalist. When the question of glorification is there, one has to glorify the Supreme Lord, praising his holy name, his eternal form, his transcendental qualities, and his uncommon pastimes. One has to glorify all those things. Therefore, a Mahatma is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who is attached to the impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord, the Brahma Jyoti, is not described as Mahatma in the Bhagavad Gita. He is described in a different way in the next verse. The Mahatma is always engaged in different activities of devotional service, as described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing and chanting about Vishnu, not a demigod or human being. That is devotion. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. And Smaranam, remembering him. Such a Mahatma has firm determination to achieve at the ultimate end the association of the Supreme Lord in any one of the five transcendental rasas. To achieve that success, he engages all activities, mental, bodily, and vocal, everything in the service of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is called full Krishna consciousness. In devotional service, there are certain activities which are called determined, such as fasting on certain days, like the 11th day of the moon, Ekadasi, and on the appearance day of the Lord. All these rules and regulations are offered by the great acharyas for those who are actually interested in getting admission into the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the transcendental world. The Mahatmas, great souls, strictly observe all these rules and regulations, and therefore they are sure to achieve the desired result. As described in the second verse of this chapter, not only is this devotional service easy, but it can be performed in a happy mood. One does not need to undergo any severe penance and austerity. He can live this life in devotional service, guided by an expert spiritual master, and in any position, either as a householder or a sannyasi or a brahmachari, in any position and anywhere in the world, he can perform this devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus become actually Mahatma, a great soul. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurmitan Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitamena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sujita Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagarajata Sagana Raghunatha Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Paryana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namate Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayavacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Reading the words again. Satatam kirtanto maham yatanta sadidavita namasyanti shramam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So very nice word, Satatam Kirtantama. So we see in this particular section, Lord Krishna is mentioning the qualities of Mahatma. The qualities of Mahatma. Just couple of verses back, in the 12th verse of this chapter, where Lord Krishna was mentioning the qualities of a Duratma, right? Mogasha, Moga Karmana, right? Moga Jnana Vichetasaha, Rakshashim Asurim Chaiva, Rakshashim Asurim Chaiva, Prakratim Mohita, Prakratim Mohini Sitaha, right? Mogasha Moga Karmana, those who are thus bewildered. These Rakshasas, these demons or Duratmas, they are bewildered. They are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. Right? So some of the qualities of Rakshashim, Asurim, Chaiva, the Duratmas. And then from 13th verse, in 13th and 14th verse, he starts talking about the qualities of Mahatma. Right. Just a verse before, he mentioned Mahatmanas tumam partha. Right. Mahatmanan tumam partha, daivim prakrati ashita. The Duratmas are Rakshashim, Asurim Chaiva. The Mahatma, daivim prakrati ashita. They take shelter of the divine nature of the Supreme Lord. They take shelter of the divine nature of the Supreme Lord. Bhajanti ananya manaso gyatva bhutadim avyayam. Right. They are fully engaged in devotional service because gyatva, because they know me as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Original, bhutadi, original and inexhaustible. Right? Avyayam, inexhaustible. So we see from the 13th verse, he starts talking about this qualities of Mahatma, and then he continues in the 14th verse where what do they do? Satatam kirtantomam. Right. They further always chant the glories. Glories of whom? The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Satatam kirtantomam. Yatantascha didavitaha. With full determination. No, with full determination. Namaskyantes Chamam Bhaktya. They offer obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, bowing down before Him. Nitya Yukta Upasate. Fourth quality. Nitya Yukta Upasate. Perpetually worship me with devotion. Right? They are always chanting the glories. They carry out devotional service with great determination. Not that, oh, one day I do, when things are hunky dory, everything is fine. Another day, no, I don't do. Right? Or it's the other way around. When I'm in distress, I think about the Lord. When everything hopefully is going all right, then I forget the Lord. You know, it's all because of me. No. They're fully devoted to the Supreme Lord with great determination. One of the qualities, right, in Nectar of Instruction is mentioned, Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairya. Right? Utsahan, enthusiasm. Nishchaya, determination. Full determination. Dhairya, patience. So these are qualities which will bring us Sadvidhi Priti Lakshanam. Right? Um, um, that will make us advance further in spiritual life. Right? उत्साह निश्चय धैर्य तत्त कर्म प्रवर्तन संगत सद्भि भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति. These 6 qualities of devotional service will make us advance more in spiritual life. That now Srila Prabhupada mentions what is that great determination? That they will follow rules and regulations with great determination. 4 regulative principles without fail. 4 don'ts, no meat eating, just eating prasadam, food offered to the Supreme Lord. No intoxication, no alcohol, no tea, no coffee. No gambling, and no illicit sex. Right? And with full determination, chant the holy name of the Lord. Right? Vyasatmika buddhi, eka kulunandanam. It's in the 2nd chapter. We see these wonderful words where Srila Prabhupada mentioned that when he heard the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur on that particular verse, it changed his way of thinking, that how dedicated one should be to follow the orders of the spiritual master. Whether it is day or night, it doesn't matter whether it's hot or cold. Just follow the orders of the spiritual master. Vyasatmika buddhi, one focused. Dronacharya is asking Arjuna, what do you see? When he's testing him. Do you see the tree? No. Do you see this? No. I just see the eye. Right? Full focus. Full focus with great determination. Not that we learn something and I suffice by that learning. No. Arjuna, with great determination, went on practicing what he learned. Right? He went on practicing what he learned. That's why he became a great archer. Similarly, we want to be Manushyanam Sahastreshu, right? It's mentioned out of many thousands of people, one person will endeavor for perfection. Now, out of many thousands of those people who endeavor for perfection, only one person will know me in truth. Right. So if you want to really know the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it's a rare personality, to be able to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, everybody will say, oh yeah, Krishna, I know, I'm from India, I know him. Right. They may be drinking alcohol, I know him. They are still not be able to control their senses, but I know him. Right. Not like that. They should have come to that platform of fully taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then under that consciousness, right, under that consciousness, they will always chant his glories. Right? Always chant the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By chanting his holy name, like our initiated devotees take a vow of chanting at least 16 rounds, which takes close to 2 hours. Hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing the glories about the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Tannama Rupa Charitadi Sukirtananu, Smrityo Kramena, right? Remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam, right? Hearing and chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? And hearing could be in form of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the scriptures which brings us closer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not that we have to become such a jnani without realization. Jnani without realization will try to get knowledge from so many different books, but without full faith on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? Like in Krishna Lila, we hear about the Brahmanas. Right? They are performing all this yajna, tapasa. Right? But when the coward boys went to them and mentioned to them that, the Krishna and Balaram are hungry, oh, no, we are performing yajna right now, we have no time. And when they asked the wives of the Brahmana, who were preparing all the offerings so that their husbands could offer in the yajna, Krishna and Balaram are hungry, they gave all their offering to the coward boys to give it to Krishna and Balaram. So that, realize knowledge that ultimately, Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Right? That the Lord is the supreme enjoyer. He is the supreme proprietor. So whatever I do it for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For his satisfaction. Not for my ultra ego satisfaction, not for satisfaction of some of my senses. Right? Rishikesha Rishikena Sevana Bhakti Uttamam. All the senses should be engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? And then we talked about the determination and bowing down before me. Right? Bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me. They continuously worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? With devotion, bowing down. Not that we become, no, why I have to bow down to the Supreme Lord? And that's why when we do the Shastang Danvat, meaning of that is like, means we touch our nose on the floor. The nose is the means, symbol of our ego, right? Symbol of our ego. So when we flatten our ego, right, and take that humble position that this body is yours, my Lord. We anoint our body at 12 different places with tilaka every day. And those 12 places are the 12 temples. So why the body is a temple? Because within that body, the super soul is residing. Right? Not a dead body. Within that body, the super soul is residing with the soul. Atma and Paramatma both are residing. Right? Sarvasya chaham hridaya sannivishto mata smriti jnana upanam cha. Right? He gives us the intelligence, he gives us the remembrance, he gives us the forgetfulness. Right? Vedasya sarvai ahameva vedya. That he is the creator of the Vedas, and through Vedas he has to be known. Right? Through Vedas he has to be known. Not that I use Vedas for this knowledge or that knowledge to increase my sense gratification. But the ultimate purpose of the Vedas is to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vedanta, the ultimate conclusion of the Vedas. Right? And that's why there are thousands of verses in Vedas. And the essence of all the Vedas is in Upanishad. And the essence of all the Upanishad is in Bhagavad Gita. Right. Okay, are there any questions or discussions on this wonderful point and topic? Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari
Ajay. Prabhuji, like you said, like Krishna is the real enjoyer, right?
Yes.
But we keep on attempting to like for enjoyment or searching for the enjoyment in the food and whatever we do.
Yeah.
So that will not give us satisfaction. Whatever we eat, we keep doing that like repetition, right? So how to remember that action is futile. We need to satisfy Krishna instead of ourselves. How to remember that?
Very good point, Ajay Prabhu. How to remember that, our endeavor to just enjoy, right, is going to be futile. Right. By practicing more devotional service, right, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. When more bhakti we perform, Vairagya automatically comes. Renunciation automatically comes. We are conditioned for so many lifetimes to just think about us and our moments, our senses, sense gratification. How can I satisfy my senses? Right. But we should start thinking more for the Supreme Lord. Right. So, just like we dedicate 7 minutes to chant one round, right? Similarly, from 7 minutes, we can go on increasing that As I mentioned, the initial devotees will chant 2 hours. And the Mahatmas, Satatam Kirtanantamam, continuously. Right. So when you think about the Supreme Lord more, then automatically you think less about yourself. If you start thinking more about yourself, right, that's why humility, means we have to cultivate this quality of humility. Humility is to think less about yourself, not low about yourself, less about yourself. Right. That is real humility, thinking less about yourself. And that will come if you all the time think about the Supreme Lord favorably. Kant also used to think about the Supreme Lord 24 hours, in fact, but unfavorably, always fearing, he will come, he will come, he will come, he will come to kill me. So unfavorably he was thinking. A devotee thinks about the Supreme Lord favorably. So he prepares items for the Lord's satisfaction. Just like Ekadasi is there, the devotee would think less about himself, that, okay, I should, if I can, I should fast, complete fast. The whole idea in Ekadasi is to increase our Krishna consciousness. So anything which takes time away from the Supreme Lord, we try to do less. So we don't cut nails on Ekadasi because you are wasting some time. You don't try to shave on Ekadasi because you are wasting time. You're taking time away from Krishna. You don't try to eat. You minimize your eating on Ekadasi so that you can spend more time for thinking about Krishna. But you do it in that consciousness that I should serve more on that day. Not that, I should fast to that extent that service is on the side. I cannot do anything. I'm fasting, Nijala. Tomorrow I will serve. No. Dedicate that Ekadasi day fully in serving the Supreme Lord. So at least on that day, your consciousness is fixed. And similarly, just like we see the quality of Mahatma, Satatam Kirtandamam. You want to practice in that way that a day comes where you just think about the Supreme Lord. Right. Then what we are talking about, that the thoughts about our sense gratification, that is just futile. All these endeavors to increase our sense gratification, is useless. Shrama eva hi kevalam. Waste of time. Right. But same endeavor you do by focusing it on Krishna, then it's the qualities of Mahatma. Right. Fully focus on Krishna. Is that all right, Ajay Prabhu?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Any other discussion or realization? Yep. Time to discuss more. Hari Hari. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Right. Machitta madgata prana. Bodhyantas parasparam. Right. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha means more you'll share with each other the realization. You get more happiness. You'll derive more happiness.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for wonderful class and wonderful discussion. Yeah, Prabhuji, Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. When we listen like from different devotees and when we read Srila Prabhupada's books. So our mind is whatever is in material condition, material nature, we go, so we just remember Krishna, like Ajay Prabhuji's question. So wherever we see the nature or something is going on, so that past time of Krishna comes in our mind. So we can always engage our mind in Krishna consciousness. So Miss Prabhupada made so nicely since morning to night, continuously thinking about Krishna. Such a nice parampara we got. So if we follow that, so we can just engage our mind in that. So I feel like that. I don't know. I'm
No,
saying.
that's good. Yeah. So that's why Srila Prabhupada introduced Panchatiki Vidhi, where no means okay, and Bhagavad Gita, where you chant your rounds, right?
Mhm.
Read Srimad Bhagavatam, read Bhagavad Gita, do practical, not necessarily that these are not practical service, but do other services like mopping the temple floor,
Yeah.
cooking for the Lord, making garlands, all those kind of activities. They're all on the same platform. Right? They're all on the same platform. None of
Yeah.
the services is one is higher than the other. They're all on the absolute platform.
Right.
And especially in our conditioned state, we are not at that platform of chanting 192 rounds like Haridas Thakur would chant.
Mm-hmm.
To come to that platform, you have to continuously practice.
Yeah.
Right? But to guide our conditioned mind properly,
Mm-hmm.
we have to engage in all these different services. We are conditioned that, okay, no, we think like a Vaishya, business, okay, think of, stand on the counter of Govindas, no,
Mm-hmm.
uh, man the gift shop, think about, oh, how I can earn more money for Krishna.
Right.
So then your Vaishya inclination is dotted towards the Supreme Lord.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay, you always think about, I want to be the manager, I want to be this, administrator, this, that, okay. Manage something for Krishna. Right? I want to give classes, I want to teach others. Okay, teach for Krishna. Right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, all those propensities can be doted towards the service of the Lord. And as such, the most propensity which we take birth with as patient Kali Yuga is as a Shudra. Like, we want to work,
Yeah.
right? Day and night, we just want to go on working.
Mm-hmm.
In a rat race, day and night, we want to go on working and working for somebody, which is a Sudra's job. Working for somebody is a Sudra's job.
Right.
Okay, work for Krishna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is everywhere. If we feel that everywhere, even work, whatever household thing, he is in each atom. If we think always he is everywhere, then he automatically reveals in our heart, okay, I am here. So we can make our mind continuously engage with him. Yeah. So that's good, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other realization or question?
Prabhuji, I have one question. Like when I chant and somebody is also chanting, sometimes I feel like I am doing offenses if I am chanting louder, my speaker is on, and I'm distracting someone, so I don't know how to I don't know how to do that. So
No, just
what should be
focus
the
on your
approach?
chanting. What I would say is just focus on your chanting. If
Yeah.
especially on the Zoom call, if say
Mhm.
suppose somebody's chanting is distracting me, I can lower the volume.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
I can lower the volume.
Okay, but we can keep our speaker on, Prabhuji, right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, sometimes in
Then
the
it
morning
becomes
I feel
lively that okay, no, means you are actually chanting and not falling asleep. Many times, no, means okay, no, the 5 o'clock, people can be on and they may be sleeping.
yeah, it can happen. But it's not offense, Prabhuji, right? Like
No,
sometimes, yeah, that
you're doing good. You're chanting nicely.
okay, Prabhuji, yeah. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Mataji, it's actually inspiring when everyone is chanting together because it helps, at least it helps me focus more.
Yeah.
And Radha Gopinath Mandir, they sit in circles of 8 or 10 devotees sit in a circle and everyone is chanting aloud. And that way it brings, end of the day, if we are chanting alone, we are fighting Maya alone. And if there are everybody chanting, it's like when they go to hunt a tiger, everyone goes together making, banging all those utensils and all that. Of course, this is transcendental sound. So when we all chant together, and I humble request in the morning when we are doing our japa, or in the evening when we do our Bhagavad Gita japa, 10 minutes. Humble request, everybody, please turn your speakers on, your mic on. And Madhupati Prabhu said, sometimes it can. Some people are really loud chanters. You just reduce your own volume. But you are benefiting others also.
Yeah. Really.
Thanks. And Mataji, you chant so nicely. Each and every word you're pronouncing
All glories
very
to Srila.
nicely. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for all the devotees association. We are
You-
just blessed with this parampara. I always feel that if Prabhupada is not had not been there, I don't know where we could be, right?
By your
Even
chanting, you will attain Godhead and others will attain Godhead because it's a clear chanting. Otherwise, we will go to the planet of Ish and Hush. Our Amritaran Babu gave an example of Chandamoli Maharaj at one time.
Mhm.
Which planets, Amritaran Babu? Hish and Hush. So they thought the means okay. I've gone to the Goloka, and no means here the devotee comes. No means there are these two demons. One says Hish, Hush. Why? Because we have been chanting our names every day. Kish, kish,
Kish,
kish,
kish, kish.
like that.
Yeah.
even also trees, if we are chanting in the nature, trees will also get benefit, Prabhuji, right?
Yeah. Everybody will get.
Yeah. Whatever.
But when you chant,
Mm-hmm.
don't. No, means one thing is we have to chant in humility,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
We should not think, oh, see now I'm chanting, so others are benefiting. No.
No,
The
no.
moment you
Yeah.
will let those thoughts creep in you while you are chanting, that would kind of inflate your ego, which you
No,
want to
no.
get away from.
Yeah, that's right, Prabhuji. We should not have that. Then otherwise no use of chanting
Yeah.
if that is there.
Okay. Any other thoughts, realization?
Prabhu, I had a suggestion or an idea.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like, our basic platform is of all the seva is japa. That's the foundation. And then, of course, we have so many other things: deity worship, bhoga, temple service, so many other, whatever. So, what I was thinking, Prabhu, that if we can have, the practical application, the practical issues of whether it is related to japa or whether it is um, cooking, bhoga, or deity worship, or practical aspects of practicing Krishna consciousness. What is the right way? And then what are the challenges, and how devotees and senior Vaishnavas and you, Simeshwar Prabhu, and so many, some kind of experiences.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this, and I thought it would help us because we are definitely very good. We are learning the knowledge, we are getting the philosophy and the foundation that is getting strong every day with every class, morning, evening. So, something if we can do with the, I thought that would help. The
Good suggestion.
implementation,
In fact,
something like that.
we have been also thinking about that. It's the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
The year we will lay out different retreats or different courses. So what you're talking about is different courses like Japa reform. Japa reform is basically, we used to have where what is the right way of chanting? Otherwise, we'll be chanting and going the flow. But what is the right way of chanting, and what are the challenges as you're talking about? Our mind will be our biggest challenge. How to deal with our mind. Right. So, we'll start
Prabhu,
putting.
that yes, definitely these retreats and reforms and all that. But what I'm thinking is like how we have booster dose, no? Because I know Romapad Maharaj comes and does japa retreat, and that frequency I'm thinking is if we can have it something periodic.
Yeah.
Because after the retreat is over, it gives a lot of energy to chant properly, for example. Then after that again it starts falling off and back to old habits. I'm japa as an example. So thinking if booster dose to
Yeah.
And
think
now they also say that when you have booster dose from different companies, the effectiveness increases. Right. So we can have that where sometime this Maharaj does, sometimes this Prabhu does, sometimes this Mataji does, and we'll put our heads together to bring that. Even in our deity worship, Shingar, how to learn Shingar, so that what does it do, the Shingar? It increases our absorption in the Lord, in dressing Him nicely. It's artistically, even painting. It increases our absorption, to serve Lord nicely. Cooking classes, so all those are practical aspects of it. And we'll have to come up with different courses for the year, so that it is not just once at the end of the year, but continuously something or the other is going on. Yeah, thank you very much, Amitabh. We'll bounce our heads. I remember last year we had the 6-session course, and I'm sure not only those who heard, but those who prepared for it, they also gained a lot. Okay. Mr. Babu. 8 o'clock.
Jai. Thank you so much. Yes, wonderful discussion, wonderful class. This is called Sangha. The focal point is Krishna, nothing else. Thank you so much, Modi Proji, for taking us to that wonderful how one can become Mahatma. So nice topic. Thank you. So thank you so much, dear devotees. If there is nothing else, let's conclude today's session. Let's pay our obeisance to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Vancha kalpatarupa
Panchakalpatarubhyascha
Sindhubhyeva
Kripasinduvyeva cha
Patitanam
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai.
Jai.
Ad ki Jai. Gaudiya Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Vrinda ki
Jai.
Jai. Hari Bol.
My God, Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Hari
Thank you, Madhupati Prabhu. Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
all.
Hari Bol. Hare